Hi, welcome to another great edition here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Like always, we are 100% grateful to have you here. 100% we are grateful to have you here, to have you as part of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. The family, it's growing, like I've kept on saying. It's the biggest growing football analysis channel on YouTube. Today, I received a notification from YouTube. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, it is time that you go back and subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. Let's have some good conversation here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. My name is Fiifi-Manfred, and then we talk sports, we do everything, all of the analysis here on YouTube. Today, there is excellent analysis for you. There is a lot of stuff that you want to know. There is the in-game management for Chelsea versus Liverpool, how the game is going to be won and lost, what the game is hinged on, the various parameters of the tactical analysis in this game. We'll look at all of that here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If you've not subscribed to the channel, it's important that you pause the video now, go back, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. It's imperative that you do that. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. Let us get rolling. Let's get into the analysis straight up. We have our red team and blue team here, of course. Blue for Chelsea, red for Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Now, let's start with the off the field analysis, off the field conversation. So, in the context of Liverpool, we all know Jurgen Klopp is leaving Liverpool Football Club, and the plan is for his players and himself is to win something, to celebrate something, to have something to part ways with him with, and of course, Jurgen would want to win something for Liverpool. It took him 5 years to get the first trophy for Liverpool, but this time they want to make sure that whilst he's leaving, he gets something on his last year. It's been 8 excellent years for Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. They've been one of the best teams. They're excellent at playing cup finals. And the first question I ask you, my viewer, is that who do you think needs a cup most? Is it Mauricio Pochettino, who hasn't won a cup since he began managing in England, or it is Jurgen Klopp, who is leaving England with a couple of trophies, with an EPL already, with a Carabao Cup, with an FA Cup, and then wants to make sure that he wins another trophy whilst he's leaving? Who needs the trophy the most? So if you remember the story of Mauricio Pochettino, came to England with Southampton. He could barely speak an English word. Did an excellent job with Southampton. Went on to Tottenham Hotspur, stabilized the team, went to the Champions League final. It was huge in the context of English football and the context of Tottenham Hotspur. He was not able to win a trophy. He played in the Carabao Cup final in 2016. Still failed to win. Went to the Champions League final. Failed to win. He went to Paris Saint-Germain, however, got a win. Now he's back in the English Premier League with a different London club, one that has a better pedigree at winning titles than the Southampton team. Does he deserve to win the title? Again, apart from what both managers embody and their history and even their future, one of the things that we also ought to speak about is, one, the conversation of the two clubs that they are in. First of all, in terms of this season, last season, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool were not exciting. They qualified to the Europa League. They were not too good. This season, they are blistering. They've got things right. They are more progressive, transitional, large ones. They bypass middle third. They make sure they create better chances, score goals and whatnot in their teams. But this is a Chelsea team that is not too strong. That's a little bit weak. That doesn't have the consistency that you want in teams. Of course, everybody believes that this is a young team, so there's always going to be that inconsistency with the team. They are going to face a very experienced team. The Liverpool side has a lot of pedigree. In fact, they've met Chelsea twice. This Liverpool team, with Jurgen Klopp at the helm, met Chelsea twice in cup finals. They managed to win all of them. There's a possibility that this game can travel. Barring the last game that Liverpool won, almost every game that these two teams had played had ended up in a draw. Anytime that they play, there's some drama, there's some talking points in there for both teams. And for Chelsea, we all know inconsistency and whatnot. So it sets the tone for the Carabao Cup final. If you listen to players like Benjamin Chilwell, they say it unequivocally that, you know what, for them as a Chelsea team, especially for himself and Thiago Silva, they've lost 2 finals already at Wembley, and they don't want to make it a third time. For Chelsea, it's going to be a record 6 losses at Wembley if they end up losing this game, and it's something that they want to avoid completely. So where do they start from the field of play in terms of preparations? For Liverpool, they've been winning. The last game against Luton was excellent. They were able to get a win. Prior to that, they had played games that were excellent at home. got a wins in against Fulham in the Carabao Cup semi-final. They got a job done both at Anfield and then Craven Cottage in the league. They've been exciting well. Chelsea a little bit inconsistent, lost to Borough the first game, had to turn it around at home. Then they played Wolves, went to Liverpool, however, failed to beat Liverpool at Anfield. It was a bad performance. We'll put that into perspective here. Wolves came home, Chelsea lost games with 4 goals on a bounce, and it wasn't a good stuff. Then they got an opportunity to play against Aston Villa. Brilliant, blistering, excellent stuff. They were able to beat Crystal Palace actually in the league at the time. They were good, and then FA Cup, Aston Villa, and then finally they went to play that big game against Manchester City, where they showed their mettle, where they proved themselves. They showed that they're a very good side. Now the Carabao Cup final is here. Who wins the game? Where will the game be won or lost? It's on the tactical. If you've not subscribed, you do so now. Let us get into all the juice now on the tactical board and do an in-depth forensic analysis of how the game may be won and lost, God willing, tomorrow. So, from Liverpool, in terms of the starting lineup, we know that Trent Alexander-Arnold is actually out. He's not going to play. Trent is out. There is Bradley that's going to be in there for Trent. Ibo Konate obviously play on the right hand side with him. There's Virgil van Dijk on the out with Robertson on this side. In terms of midfield, however, there are also some issues. We're expecting that Endo Ouattara will sit in here. Curtis Jones is out. And just before I go on, Curtis Jones for me is a singular most important player for Liverpool in central areas. As an 8, it has taken them close to 3 to 4 years for them to replace properly Gini Wijnaldum. And I think that Gini Wijnaldum's job as box to box, covering ground, doing the defensive job, adding goals and assists to his game is in Curtis Jones. And I think Curtis has done a brilliant job until his injury. Of course, Liverpool are going to miss him in there. So it's Endo Ouattara that possibly is going to sit in the hole while we have Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister. McAllister, of course, as an attacking 8, has been very, very good for the Liverpool team. And I think that sometimes when they sit in a double pivot and build up, and then Ryan Gravenberch will move up, he was also that good in that first phase. It's something that he didn't really do at Brighton and Hove Albion. I see it in the Liverpool team. So if it's like that, then of course, really Callagher is going to be in post. Ryan Gravenberch in here, then the top 3. Now, this is where the problem is, however. Nobody is 100% certain if Mohamed Salah is going to play. Benjamin Chilwell said in his interview with, I think, The Athletic, that he wants Mohamed Salah to play. It's a big game at Wembley. He wants the best players in the games to be able to play, and he would hope that Mohamed Salah will be fit enough to play in such a game. And I think that's a team for almost everybody. We are expecting that if Salah is playing, of course, he's going to be there on the right. If it's not that Scotty Gakpo, then of course we are expecting that we have Darwin Nunez in here for him, and then of course Harvey Elliott on the other side, which is going to make up the front three. Now, Liverpool a little bit unassuming with Gakpo and then Elliott on the wing. Of course, Salah stretched from out in terms of creativity. For me, in world football, the only 2 people that are close to him, creativity, goals, assists, playmaking, everything from outright, Rafael and Kylian Mbappe. Apart from these guys, nobody comes to that creative depth that Mohamed Salah has in him, for him to turn the game around, for him to score some goal, for him to create something out of nothing. Mohamed Salah and these 2 guys are up. So of course, if Liverpool are losing Mohamed Salah, it's going to be a huge plus. Again, the 5 players of Liverpool up top, they are the only team with these 5 players that have scored 10 plus goals in English in all competitions. Jota, Salah, Nunez, Darwin, Nunez, of course, Luis Diaz, and then of course Cody Gakpo. They scored goals and assists for Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez with 12, Jota. For me, whilst people would speak about Jota, about Salah, with respect to the fact that Liverpool are going to lose him, in my opinion, Jota is another most important player for the Liverpool team. He's unassuming, he's dangerous, he can hurt you from every part of the game. Aerial duels with his feet, with his intellect, cognitive wise, he's an excellent attacker, and you get that from him. Of course, Luis Diaz is going to be the guy that's going to do all the bulldozing job from up top, and that's it. So Liverpool are going to sit like that. We'll do the analysis with and without Mohamed Salah, so you keep in mind over here. Of course, Chelsea are expecting to have Georgi Petrovic in post. It has been a very good season for him since he joined. Thiago Silva hasn't trained, he's out, so there's definitely going to be the Sassi Levi Cole. We'll talk about the importance of this centre back pair Malo Gusto, Benjamin Chilwell in there, excellent. The two DMs, of course, we're expecting to have Moses Caicedo and then Enzo Fernandez. And from outside on the right hand side, we're expecting to have Cole Palmer, on the left, Raheem Sterling, Conor Gallagher plays as a 10, and then of course Nicolas Jackson for Chelsea football. Now, mind you, Chelsea did not have Nicolas Jackson playing when they played at Anfield because he was with the Senegalese national team in there for themselves. And Aliou Cisse had told his team to get back to Senegal and not to go to their club straight away. So, in build-up, one of the things I've seen Chelsea do, of course, we do build-up versus Liverpool's press, right? So, of course, we know that Liverpool are excellent at the Jurgen press, and it's one of the best that you can see. I've seen two things this time. It's either the two fullbacks will move up, Chelsea will have players in between the lines, and then you have Moise Caicedo dropping between the two centre backs to have the three, so that there is Enzo Fernandez here. One of the things I saw in a game against Liverpool in the first league at Anfield, and Pep Linders has also said that because you don't allow Chelsea to see the ball in between the lines. Now, I'm expecting to see this a lot of the times. Moise Caicedo opening up, two centre backs opening up, Moise Caicedo being there, or usually become the two centre backs in here in this zone. Then there is your man Malo Gusto in here, so that Cole can build up from the left hand side. Then you have the two centre backs in the two DMs, the two sixes, sorry, in here. Now, what Liverpool tend to do with this is to block central areas, especially if we are going to have Cody Gakpo. They will press Chelsea very narrow, very, very narrow. The trigger is when the ball goes outward to Benjamin Chilwell, whoever the fullback is, and this time was Bradley. And you saw it very well in that game that was played at Anfield. Every time Chelsea's idea is that if Bradley comes in to press in here, then they are going to have Cole Palmer come inside in this area, Conor Gallagher come inside. Of course, the job of Nicolas Jackson is to keep the two centre backs in this area and then to stop them. So Liverpool are going to press narrowly the back three when they are with the ball, but the job of one of them is going to shadow mark any of them, either of Enzo Fernandez or Moise Caicedo. Usually it's Moise Caicedo because you see the ball first. Now, the advantage of this is that now Chelsea will either have to force Liverpool to drop in with one extra man deeper, or now it's going to be easy for Enzo Fernandez to roam on the left-hand side and then combine with Benjamin Chilwell in there. And that's one thing. And that's exactly what Pep Linders said. If you allow Enzo to receive the ball here ahead of these two, then he turns, then you are in trouble. Because of course Chelsea have Willian Nunes and Harvey. But Chelsea's plan is that if Liverpool press them like this and Enzo's passing lane is blocked in this regard, like if Cody Gakpo is pressing, from Javier Lot is pressing in there, he's blocking passing lane to Enzo Fernandez. If Luis Diaz is pressing over here, so Luis Diaz's job whilst he's pressing Malo Gusto is to block the passing lane to Moise Caicedo. Of course, Moise will be moving here and there. The plan for Chelsea is that Levi Cole is excellent on the ball, so they need a lot more pass volumes in this area to break the lines to find Chelsea players. Of course, you will have Cole Palmer dropping in between the lines here, Conor Gallagher also dropping in between the lines, and then Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling's game is going to be that of a trigger. Now, forget about even Alexis McAllister in this year because he will follow suit and look for Cole Palmer to deal with him. Now, the job of Raheem Sterling, you saw it in the first game, was to occupy this space so that once Bradley is gone, you force Ibu Konate to come in and press. Ibu Konate to come in. Chelsea lost that battle. That physical battle between Raheem Sterling and Ibu Konate in this zone was lost by Chelsea. Raheem Sterling never found a way around Ibu Konate. Of course, Virgil van Dijk will track the runs of Nicolas Jackson when he comes deep to try and receive in there in that area. So the rest defense is going to be a good one. Now that's Chelsea's plan to try and play out of Liverpool's press. Now, one of the things you realize very well was that anytime that Chelsea were building up and Caicedo got on the ball, there was a lot of vacation here. Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez will come into this area and then hope that the ball is played over the top for them. But that wasn't working. So there's a need for Chelsea to circulate the ball more, be patient, and find these openings. Again, Enzo Fernandez's presence here now helps the team to win the area battles after the first phase. So if you go long here, there is an ability. And again, because there is Conor Gallagher, there is Nicolas Jackson. Chelsea cannot be physical in this thing, in this zone. And it's important. I think it's going to be frustrating. Chelsea are not able to play through Liverpool's press. They're not able to deal with Liverpool's strength. I think that it is high time to be able to do that job with them. So that's Chelsea's build-up versus Liverpool's press. Chelsea, obviously, this season have pressed in a 4-4-2 mid block in the middle of the park to excellently try and block passing. But it hasn't been the best because Enzo is not the best at blocking passing lanes. In terms of blocking passing lanes, he fails at it. One of the things I think helped in the last game against Manchester City was the fact that the line was very high this time for the Sassi and then Levico. They could play very high this time because, of course, they have a better pace compared to that of Thiago Silva. And because they could do that, they could push up high and there was less ground to cover from Enzo Fernandez, and that helped a lot in everything that Chelsea wanted to do. The key to the game, like Pep Lingard said, is how Chelsea able to receive the ball in between these lines. How Chelsea able to receive the ball and make things happen here. How they can stretch Liverpool is going to be important. Of course, Luis Diaz's job was to come off here. So I think this is going to limit Malo Gusto a little bit in terms of he coming up. Luis Diaz gave regimes a run for his money in that first game. Malo Gusto didn't seem to be able to handle him well so in the last game. But this time he has Axel Sassi to come and close him down. And I think that's going to help. One of the things that Chelsea did excellently well, the game against City, was consistently get their wingers to work very hard. So you realize that you saw every time Kopama Malo Gusto dealing with Jeremy Doku in that game. And it was always a 2v1 in wide areas. And that's the only way Chelsea can deal with them. And once they do, there's a lot of work done by Cole Palmer. He has to drift inside to receive the ball and then hope that Malo Gusto will make the overlapping runs in between the outside centre back and then the fullback. And that's a big deal. Liverpool are excellent in terms of transitional play. How they play the game here is the best. McAllister's speech are those best. And consistently, we'll look for these runs. We'll look for the overlapping runs between Bradley and then, of course, either Harvey Elliott and then Mohamed Salah in this zone. And it's going to be seen like that consistently. They will look to catch Chelsea in these areas and transit quickly. And look at all the goals that Liverpool scored against Chelsea. It was about catching Chelsea in those zones, in those difficult zones, and then transiting in between the lines. And it's going to make the game very difficult. Chelsea, however, need to match Liverpool's aggression when they are being transitional. They need to be very aggressive. They need to win the 50-50 balls in the loose balls, the second balls in here, and then they can transit. That is how they stand a chance of winning this game. I'll draw the curtains here for this analysis whilst we water ourselves and wait for tomorrow's game. I think this game has a tendency of going to penalty shoot. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It's our preview of the Carabao Cup final. See you.